Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Jen. I am Jen, and I have coffee. I don't even know what I have in my coffee pot today. I have a jar and I grind my coffee and I keep it in the jar, and sometimes there's not quite enough for a full pot. I think I'm down to the part where there are like 4 or 5 different coffees in there that weren't enough for a full pot. So it is, I can safely say it is a multi-region blend of awesomeness. So I'm going to pour myself a cup of coffee here. And today, today I wanted to talk about holiday baking. For me, it's Christmas. For you, it might be a different holiday. But where I'm at in my part of the world, we always have baking, and it's often like it's grandma's baking quite often. And my grandma sadly passed away. Trying not to spill my coffee. Sorry, grandma. Um, excuse me. However, before my grandma passed, she used to make something amazing called, well, there were two things she made. She made Nanaimo Bars, and she also made Lefse. And I've discovered that not a lot of people know what Lefse is. So I want to look at that. But first, in case you don't know about Nanaimo Bars, let's take a look. So I don't want to really click on any of these recipes because they often have like super spammy videos and crap, but there are recipes out there. Nanaimo bars are these delicious things. They have some sort of like nutty, coconutty, I don't know if there's oatmeal in there or not, something or other base to them. Then there's a layer of custard icing. The yellowy stuff is a custard icing. And then they have a layer of melted chocolate that, of course, solidifies in the fridge and is amazing. And they are so tasty. One of the reasons that we usually have them around Christmas time is because they are a ginormous pain in the butt to make. They are a layered dessert. So you make the first layer, you put all the stuff together, you mix it up, you make it, and then you put it in the fridge. And then you come back a while later. And then you mix up the custard layer, the custard icing layer, and you spread that and make sure it's neatly spread. And then you put it in the fridge. And then you come back a while later and you have to melt the chocolate. And for anybody who's ever tempered chocolate before, you know that it is a slow process. If you don't have a gas stove, you're probably looking at, putting it in a double broiler, and that's a pain in the butt. So at this point, you're washing 3 different bowls, 3 sets of mixing things, 3 sets of measuring cups. Like, why do we do this thing? It's delicious. That's why. But this is also why it's a Christmas thing. I've never actually made Nanaimo bars, and this is an admission here because it is a lot of work. It's a day-long process. So when my mom asks me, because my grandma used to make them, and they were amazing, and I had no idea that much work went into it. No clue. And so now when my mom asks me, what do you want that's special? Nanaimo bars? You don't have kids. You have time on your hands, right, Mom? You're retired? Yeah, I don't know if it really works like that, but she often says yes and makes them. So I say often, I don't ask that often because I know it's a lot of work. So those are a delicious holiday favorite for me. Good morning. I have GETTO Crypto. Good morning to you. That's a new name to me. Maybe we know each other as other people. The other Christmas treat that I love is Lefse. And for anybody who's not Norwegian, you're looking at this and you're like, it's a tortilla. But no, it's really not. This picture over here on the right kind of explains it. It's a potato flatbread, but it's not a potato flatbread. And it's not really a wrap. Like they're describing it as a magic Norwegian wrap. It's not really that either. And it's not really a potato bread. It's more, it has potatoes, but you're not going to really taste the potatoes. It melts in your mouth if you make it properly. And I have a hard time making it properly. I'm very good at burning it and not rolling it quite thin enough. Those are my specialties. I burn it and mine's kind of thick and doesn't really roll as well as it should. However, in fairness, I've made it like twice, maybe 3 times ever, so I'm learning. It'll be good one day. It is there is a technique to it, and it helps if you have the special pans, and it helps if you know how to use the sticks. And I don't. Flat out, I don't. I have a friend who's Norwegian, and she gave me a how-to tutorial, and it really helped. But I still have a lot to practice. So, and Christmas is a good time to practice, because this is another one of those recipes that takes frickin' forever. Here's some pictures of it being made. Maybe that'll show it there. This one has got the stick. So, like, how do you get it flooped on the stick like that? I don't know. I really don't. And how do you do that? So you mix the dough and you roll it into balls, and then you roll the balls out flat with a rolling pin, and then you put it on some sort of a fancy schmancy round grilly thing, and then flip it. So yeah, but it's harder than it looks. So that's just something that's my family tradition, but it takes a while to make. There aren't very many ingredients. You can see from this picture here, it's got milk and flour and looks like a bit of sugar and some of whatever that is in that dish, and mashed potatoes. And by milk, I really mean cream, and it's probably better with butter and whatever. Anyway, you roll it into little balls, you roll it out, you cook it on both sides until it's lightly browned. It should be brown and spotty. This one up here, the one that says try Norwegian tradition this holiday, that one looks really good. Excuse me, really good. The one over here on the left looks really good. This one down here is burned and looks a lot like mine. So, you know, they're saying how to make it. I probably wouldn't trust their how to make it, because they burn it like I do. So when if you're looking for recipes, you want to try and find somebody who's got pictures that look not too burned, because that's a thing. And I feel like, I can't remember, I don't think it has eggs in it. So I don't think like, if it's undercooked, I don't think it's a huge big deal. But burned is not delicious. And that's experience speaking there. So practice it, turn it down low, don't burn it. I'll be cooking at home this year, and we have a brand new no-stick frying pan. So I'm optimistic, very optimistic, that it will be delicious. And hopefully, because I have the gas stove, it'll be less burned. So if you're watching, my question of the day, there's always a question of the day, is what Christmas treats do you have? What Christmas treat traditions do you have in your family? So drop that in the comments, stick it on the Twitter. I want to hear about what you have, and I want to see some pictures, because it's not always straightforward and easy to find. And with Lefse, traditionally it's eaten with butter and sugar. So is it healthy? No, definitely not. It's delicious. So you spread it out, and then you butter the heck out of it and sprinkle some plain Jane, really not good for you, white sugar on it. Roll it up, and delicious. So it's sort of like a crepe. Ooh, Sherry says tamales. Yes, I could totally go for some of that. I have a family member who makes tamales, and they're delicious. But it's been a while. I went out to visit my sister-in-law this summer, and she made us tamales, and it was so good. It's something I really need to learn how to make properly, because they're amazing. And again, with the holidays, you have time off. So why not spend it cooking all those intricate things you don't normally have time for, right? And I have, my pops makes coconut brownies or cauliflower pizza. Ooh. I don't know if I've had coconut brownies. That's probably delicious. And especially like if you made them with a coconut milk or something, if you melted that in with the chocolate, I bet that would be delicious. And cauliflower pizza, I have also never tried. I'm going to be perfectly honest, the idea of it terrifies me. It sounds horrific. It's probably delicious. I like cauliflower and cheese sauce. I should get off my high horse and try a cauliflower pizza, because if it's delicious, it's an easy way to get a vegetable into me. I don't have to worry about that with my kids, because they'll eat anything I put in front of them, and they love vegetables. So that's a thing. All right, can I not spill the coffee this time? to fill in the blank about the part that you can't see, I'm actually sitting on a yoga ball and I've got my legs crossed. My feet are not on the floor. I am holding on to my desk for safety because I'm not stupid. When I first got the yoga ball, I spent the first week just falling off of it. It was absolutely hilarious. There were, everything would be great, and then there'd be this loud thump. Like, I'm okay. It's a learning curve, but that was like 2009. So now I am pro. I sit on the yoga ball. I cross my legs. I enjoy my life. And Ghetto Crypto here says, trust me, you make pans of it. And that's the cauliflower pizza, I think. So I'm going to have to try that because, it might be amazing. I like cauliflower pasta, like the macaroni and cheese that's made with cauliflower pasta. I really like that. It's tasty. So, yeah, I can twist my rubber arm. I'll try it. Unless it's really oily. If it's really oily, then I'm out. That's kind of like my hard limit. I don't do oily things. But yeah, I would totally try that. And now I'm thinking about tamales. I'm seriously just going to have to learn how to make tamales. Maybe I can talk my sister-in-law into doing a morning coffee with me and teaching me how to make tamales over the internets. That would be fun. Yeah. So those are a couple things. Turkey. Turkey's also big where I'm from. Usually you have turkey with Christmas, and I like turkey. My advice for turkey is same as at Thanksgiving. Cook it upside down. You will not regret it. It will be moist. It will be delicious. It will fall off the bird. You'll have a hard time getting it out of the roasting pan, but worth it every single time. Those other ones. What were they called? I think they're chocolate haystacks. Yeah, these things. Unbaked chocolate cookies of some sort. These are another thing that my mom makes, and these are another thing that I don't like making because I don't like thinking about what's in them. I'm pretty sure they involve corn syrup, and I don't like thinking about that. I'm weird with food, really am. There's some things I don't want to know about, and corn syrup's one of them. These are delicious, but don't tell me what's in them. So this is another thing that my mom has made, and you put all the ingredients in a pot and heat it up so that everything's kind of melty. And then you just spoon it onto some wax paper and the chocolate hardens and you have chocolate yum, and it's delicious. And they usually have like coconut and oatmeal and I don't know, nuts and cereals and whatever kind of things you want to put in them. They are delicious. But yes, another thing that I don't normally make. So that's a good one. In terms of things that go with turkey, this is going to be the next question. There's always somebody who says we need a salad, and that's wonderful. I like salad, don't get me wrong. But what kind of salad do you make with turkey? And this is a valid question because I've had everything from macaroni salad to coleslaw and back again. And most of the time, the salad goes unloved. If it were just me, I would probably want a garden salad. It's the complete wrong time of year for a garden salad around here. Like I've had a month almost of not eating bell peppers because we haven't been able to get ones that aren't wrinkled and ugly looking and overly expensive. It's not the time of year for fresh vegetables, but garden salad's my favorite. Does anyone have a recipe for a squash salad? Is that even a thing? Because that's something we can get this time of year. Potato salad, that would probably be okay too. Now I'm curious. Squash salad. Okay, yeah, but it looks like it's cubed and cooked. Yeah, roasted butternut squash salad. I don't want to do the extra work of roasting it. I want a raw squash salad. Is this a thing? It is. Maybe? Huh. Okay, cool. So, those are those yellow squashes, the yellow zucchinis, because they're delicious and amazing. Yeah, that's all zucchini. Okay. Interesting. Summer squash, not winter squash. So we'll change that search term again. Raw winter squash salad. And the answer is yes, you can grate it. I mean, some of those look kind of cooked. Maybe they're just oily, but you can grate the squash into the salad. So I think that's that's going to go on my list. Maybe I could do it with pumpkin. I have a pumpkin. And, Ghetto Crypto says, I love a cold pasta salad. I do too, but I don't like oily things, and getting a dressing that the rest of the family likes can be a challenge. I like to use hummus in my dressings. So that's a thing that I do. So maybe this is the year that I make some sort of a squash pasta salad with a homemade dressing. I want to say lime dressing. For some reason, I think lime and squash would go well together. I'm lacking in the squash department. I don't have any squash, I don't think, but I have a pumpkin left over from Halloween. It's hanging out in my kitchen looking pumpkinish. I could totally do that. So you heard it here first. I am going to experiment and make the best Christmas salad ever with pumpkin and pasta. And it's going to be really tasty. And everybody's going to love it, darn it. So there we go. Oh, that one says kale, apple, butternut, squash. I bet I could put apples in my salad, my pumpkin salad, and it would be really tasty. Maybe I want to do an applesauce dressing. Okay, so now I have a plan. Pumpkin salad with pasta and applesauce dressing. I will let you know how it turns out. It might be amazing. It might be something we never talk about ever again. And I think I have cranberries in my freezer. I could do like a cranberry applesauce dressing. I think I'm onto something here. This has been good brainstorming. I am definitely onto something. So that's going to be my Christmas experiment. So question of the day number 2, what are you experimenting with this Christmas? What new thing are you going to try? It can be food, it can be an experience, a tradition. Maybe there's a new family member in your life. What are you going to try for Christmas that's new? These are the questions. And that, I think, is pretty much it for me. I'm going to get going here. I have a meeting soon. Short show today. Tomorrow will be a little longer. I also have a Schipple show this afternoon. I'm thinking about the possibility of making a What is Schipple infographic, because what I've discovered trying to invite people to events like the race and saying they're asking, what's the prize? It's Schipple. What? So I think there's some necessity, and I think it could be good. So I'm going to try to make a What is Schipple infographic, and how does it apply to the metaverse that I'm connected to, and all of that joyful stuff. So if you are around this afternoon, I'm going to try and coordinate time in case anybody wants to drop in on the show. So probably like 3:30-ish my time, I think. I'm going to try and go for it. Maybe 2:30. I don't know. Whatever. I'll post about it in the usual places, on the Telegram, on the Discord. If you haven't joined the Uplift Discord yet, please do so. There's a link in the video comments there to join our Discord. It's fun. We talk lots, and I don't know. It's a good place to get metaverse updates. The Schipple.io Telegram is another great place to be. It is slowing down a bit over Christmas, but it will be picking up. We have lots of fun excitement planned for the new year that I am not going to give you a preview of. You'll have to join the Telegram and find out. And I think that's the party. So we'll see you this afternoon, see you tomorrow morning, and have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Bye.